Welcome back. We're following some breaking news in Andover right now. That's where fire crews are on the scene at Nathan Hale Forest. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Olivia Schuler just arrived there. Olivia, what can you tell us? What are you seeing?
Well, Kaylin, right now we're standing off of Wheeling Road here in Andover. As soon as we came up on this street, we saw a very large presence of fire trucks here as well as state police. Now, while we were in this area gathering some video, we also saw crews out here with ATVs and four-wheelers using that to go through this forest area. There's no visible fire or flames that we can see right now, but throughout the wood line, you can see that there is a little bit of smoke popping up through these trees here. Now, we know that for the last several weeks, these fires have really been a risk to the area. We are still in a stage 2 drought advisory in some parts of our states. Everyone is encouraged to be mindful of their water consumption and use extra caution to prevent fires. An emergency burn ban is still in effect at all state parks, forests, and wildlife management areas. So make sure no one is using any outdoor grills, fire pits, and campfires at this point. Now, we are told that the chief is actually working this area right now in the woods, trying to get if it's a fire under control, if it's just smoke that is spreading. They are currently working on that right now. So we don't have any confirmed information, but everything that I can tell you is what we're able to see at this time. We know that Bolton Fire Department is helping out here as well as Andover, and we're going to continue to walk through this area and try to get some more information for you. But crews very busy right now trying to get this situation under control here. Once again, we can't see any fire or flames, but we can smell smoke, and we certainly can see it. We'll send it back to you.
Well, we have a tragic situation to tell you about. 56 people were killed after a stampede at a soccer game. This all happened in southern Guinea in Africa after a disputed penalty in that game. Officials tell us that multiple children are among those dead. Police are still investigating this terrible situation and are working to learn how that clash started and who did it.
7:03 now, and we're following breaking news this morning. A water main break is impacting folks in Rocky Hill and also parts of Weathersfield.
Yeah, this is all unfolding right on Waters Avenue, so we're going to send things straight out to Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Olivia Schuler, who just arrived on the scene just a few minutes ago. Olivia, what are you seeing?
Caitlin, well, what we know right now is that crews are working on a water main break on Waters Avenue here in Rocky Hill. It's a tough time as parents are working to get their kids ready for school and on that school bus. Here's a picture of what we're seeing right now. You can see that there are 2 trucks, also a police officer on the other side of the road blocking off the way so that people cannot drive through. We did just learn new information from MDC. We're told that it's a 12-inch water main leak on Waters Avenue here in Rocky Hill. MDC crews are on site, as you can see right now in front of you. There are no official road closures yet, but we do know that there are some police officers that are blocking off the roads at Waters Avenue. So something you should be aware of. Definitely avoid this area if you can, because there are some cones up blocking the road. Now, typically, these repairs take about 6 to 8 hours. So that is how long we are expecting this road, Waters Avenue here, to be closed off and for crews to repair that water main break. So for any of you that are waking up with us, trying to get out the door, avoid the area of Waters Avenue, but also be mindful that you will be without water for about 6 to 8 hours this afternoon. We're live in Rocky Hill. Olivia Schuler, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
And right now, 11 people are temporarily homeless after a big fire ripped through a multifamily home in Hamden. Crews rushed out to that scene on 2nd Street last night.
There was a rescue that was made for a individual that was wheelchair bound. There was a total now of 11 that is displaced from this home.
Thankfully, thanks to firefighters' courageous efforts, everybody made it out safely. Right now, the Red Cross is helping the families who are impacted.
Investigators are working to learn more about the gunman who attempted to assassinate former President Donald Trump at last night's rally. The shooter has been identified as 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks of Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. Crooks was a registered Republican according to the Pennsylvania voter database. However, Federal Election Commission records show that a donor by the same name and address had donated $15 to a Democratic Political Action Committee after President Biden's inauguration. Crooks was killed by a Secret Service sniper after he fired shots at the rally, and he was identified through DNA as he had no identification on him at the scene. And right now we have a live look at Crooks' home as investigators are conducting a raid on the property. There's about 3 police cars that we can kind of see right now. Now, Crooks' father said he was trying to figure out what was going on, and he would, quote, wait till I talk to law enforcement before speaking about his son. The FBI is working to determine a motive for the shooting.
There was one woman, she had babies, and we just couldn't get there quick enough.
Right now, some people in our state are unable to wash their dishes, do laundry, or even take a shower because of drought concerns. We'll break it down for you. Is there an end in sight?
You'll either think of this day where we pulled off this very ridiculous joke.
Plus, InfoWars will still be fake news, but now it'll be intentionally funny. We'll tell you how a satire organization will transform Alex Jones's former media company and help Sandy Hook families.
Now on Channel 3 and streaming on WFSP+. This is Eyewitness News This Morning.
And now this morning, a New London police officer is out on bond after he was arrested for domestic violence. Investigators say Julio Gil Martinez was arguing with his girlfriend and then became violent. The alleged victim says Officer Gil Martinez pinned her down, and she actually feared for her life. She also says that Gil Martinez eventually began to hurt himself to try to make it look like he was the victim. Gil Martinez reported the incident to New London police while his girlfriend contacted the Waterford Police Department. Right now, Gil Martinez is not allowed to contact his girlfriend, and the New London Police Department has placed him on paid administrative leave. He is set to appear in court again in January.
And the man accused of killing a young mother and her baby is in police custody after a 4-day manhunt. Lance Morales was found in Puerto Rico by the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force.
It could take some time before he comes back or he's brought back by the marshals. But certainly once the legal process is completed, he will be returned to the state of Connecticut from Puerto Rico to stand before a judge on these charges.
Police say Morales shot and killed 20-year-old Josiah Mercado and her 4-month-old son, Messiah Diaz, both of Springfield, in a drive-by shooting on New Britain Avenue in Hartford. He is facing multiple charges and is being held on a $3 million bond.
Olivia, thank you. We know from some of your earlier reporting that there were police officers out there, and it sounds like Pods, the company, actually called the cops in this case, right?
Yeah, that's what was told to me based off of someone that I spoke to with Teamster 671. He said that earlier this morning, the police were called from the security that is over here. They are not employees of Pods, so they had called saying, you know, you can't be on the property, you can't be doing this. And police came out here, they took some notes, and about 3 police cruisers then left.
And Olivia, we know those protesters have been out there for, at this point, nearly hours. How long are they expected to stay out there?
Yeah, so members that I spoke to said they will stay out here as long as is needed. However, there is a meeting at 9 o'clock this morning between the union and Pods to try to come to some kind of agreement. Now, I did contact Pods to see if they had any statement or anything to say about some of their workers being on strike here today, and we still have not heard back.
A lot going on out there in Bristol. Olivia Schuler, thank you for that update. Right now, 3 suspects are still on the run who police say are part of an organized crime network that's pulled off a bunch of break-ins here in our state and across the country. We now know that the syndicate is based in South America and also apparently has burglarized homes in Virginia, Pennsylvania, New York, Ohio, and again here in Connecticut. Police also say the organization may be linked to a string of break-ins at the homes of several NFL players, including Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce of the Kansas City Chiefs. So far, investigators have caught up with just 2 of those suspects. 27-year-old Alexandria Valencia and 32-year-old Misael Palomina are facing burglary charges after break-ins in Avon as well as in Farmington. Of course, we'll keep you updated as this situation develops. All right, Olivia, thank you. Police in Berlin are investigating what caused the deadly crash on Christian Avenue. Police say 67-year-old Ronald Procco of New Britain was driving when he veered over the yellow line and collided with another car head-on yesterday. Both Procco and the other driver were both rushed to the hospital. Sadly, Procco died there. The other driver is expected to survive. Police, though, are looking into what caused Procco to swerve.
And as you're heading out the door this morning, Route 16 is back open after a motorcycle crash. It happened last night near Lebanon Avenue. You can see here that Lifestar responded, and we are working to learn more about exactly what happened and if anyone was badly hurt.
Will make the difference in this election.
I call you the heart and soul of America.
Election day has arrived, and we're breaking down everything you need to know from the polls to the ballot box. Good morning, Scott.
Now on Channel 3 and streaming on WFSB+. This is Eyewitness News This Morning.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for starting your day on this election day here with us. Roger Zed alongside meteorologist Scott Haney. Okay. And this morning, TikTok offices across Canada are shutting down after an independent review of the social media app's parent company. Government leaders announced earlier this week that they conducted a security review of Chinese-owned ByteDance and that their experts advised them to make this move. Now, despite the office's closing, Canadians can still download and use TikTok.
And check this out. You've heard of electric vehicles. Well, what about a solar-powered car? This is the Aptera. It's a two-seat, three-wheel car that gets its fuel from the sun.
There's combustion vehicles, there's electric vehicles, but there's no vehicle that creates its own fuel throughout the day.
Aptera can drive up to 40 miles per day on solar power, can be charged like an EV for further drives. I guess Jill joins us now. I checked my commute from here to home in Windsor. It's 16 miles. I might be a little white knuckle on the way home.
Especially if it's not a sunny day.
Right. I was also wondering, can it charge as it drives if it is sunny? I don't know, but 40 miles is the range. It would make me a little nervous.
Yeah, it's kind of like the backup. Okay, we've had nice sunny weather. I'm going to drive this, especially for someone like me. I'm a little closer than you. Yeah. But yeah, if you live in New England, we get plenty of cloudy days as well. So it's like a California car.
And UConn is suffering a tough loss this morning after taking on Syracuse. Syracuse took the lead very early, but the Huskies did fight back. Norwalk native Cam Edwards made a big play, scoring a 71-yard touchdown. Now, the game did stay close all 4 quarters, but the Huskies were defeated 31-24.
We're going to play 4 quarters, no matter, what the score is. Coach always say, don't look at the scoreboard, keep fighting to the very end.
And you can catch the Huskies again this Saturday when they travel to take on UMass.
Welcome back, everybody. We have a bit of a sad announcement for all of you roller coaster lovers out there. Six Flags just announced the removal of King de Ka from its Great Adventure Park in New Jersey. King de Ka is a legendary ride. It's actually the world's tallest roller coaster, featuring a more than 40-story drop with top speeds of nearly 130 miles per hour. Wow. Six Flags says they are replacing the beloved coaster with what they call a multi-record-breaking launch roller coaster coming in 2026. Scott, are you a roller coaster guy, or is
you know what, Raj? If a drone can get that high, I don't want any part of it.
You went in the cherry picker that one time.
Oh my God, that was crazy enough.
Yeah.
That roller coasters are not good for me.
All right, welcome back. I had to bring in my 2 experts here because do you guys remember Barbenheimer? Who could forget, right? Yep. Well, we might have a repeat performance because both Wicked and Gladiators, who are opening up this weekend, they're both expected to be blockbuster smashes. So the real question is, what combo name should we go with? We got Glicked, Wickiator, and Gladwick among the suggestions.
Yeah, I like
what do you think?
Gladwick.
You like Gladwick?
Gladwick is really good. Yeah,
okay. Like all right, 3 for 3. Gladwick, you're welcome, America.
Gladwick. It's wicked out there this morning.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, it's gross. It's nasty. The roads are wet. Got some snow coming down. The wind is...
Just throw the whole kitchen sink.
It's a whole kitchen sink.
Just
let's go.
All in there. All right, check this out. One of our viewers sent in the video of them trying to scare a bear to stop it from crossing the highway. Take a look.
Hey, girl. Back there! You gotta go! Blah!
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl.
You gotta go.
And what was it? That was it? That's all it
I guess whatever works. She got it. She figured it out.
I would have been doing something too. Don't
you know what? She probably helped save not only the bear but a lot of other people too, because that bear could have done a lot of damage. So went back in, got some snacks, and hopefully got ready to hibernate. So
hey, girl,
go on out. Get out of here.